And in his 5th season at Maine, Richard Barron returns all his starters for what they expect to be a big year as they are out of the America East Conference. And last year they lost to Albany. They were picked 2nd this year in the preseason poll, and Albany grabbed the top spot. The Flyers out of the Atlantic 10, and with wins against Yale, Vanderbilt, and Wisconsin, home cooking has been kind to the group from Southwest Ohio. But on the road for some time, as the next home Flyers game is set for December 11th. But this is a Dayton basketball team that has a chance to play some really quality basketball in a quality tournament with some big names. And they will get out on the floor in their home white uniforms, as Dayton will be the home team. Maine, the visitors, up on the scoreboard. And resetting the starting lineups, Amber Dean wearing the number 2. Kelly Austria, 22. Jenna Burnett, 14. Sasha Grant Allen, 55. And Maddie Dennis, who got her first start just a few games back against Vanderbilt, was able to showcase her ability to shoot the ball from distance her last time out, going for 13 points. For Maine, some injuries for Richard Barron's group, but a lot of seniors and a lot of international players. 8 countries represented when talking about this Maine roster. And out there for the Black Bears will be Bella Swan, Ziggy Koitzer, Michaela Gustafson, Liz Wood, and Sophie Vekstrom. Maine in their blue uniforms with white and light blue trim. It'll be the Flyers in the white uniforms with blue and red trim. And we are getting ready to kick things off for the Gulf Coast Showcase. 8 teams, 3 days of basketball, and we are officially underway. Sasha Grant Allen wins the tip as Jenna Burnett retrieves it in the backcourt, brings it into the front court. Flyers moving right to left. It's Dennis with her first touch. Wearing the number 23, finds Austria in the corner near side. Gets a ball screen from Dennis, dribbling around the perimeter, shovel pass to Burdett. Gets a ball screen from Sasha Grant Allen, moves it inside the arc. Now kick out to Amber Dean on the left wing. Guarded by Swan, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Dean looking in the post to Dennis. It was stolen away by Bella Swan. So Maine forces a turnover, and now their first offensive possession. It's going to be Swan on the left side. We got a whistle away from the ball, as it looks like a foul underneath going against Maddie Dennis. Dennis was working on number 33, Michaela Gustafson. So it'll be the Black Bears to inbound underneath their own basket. Swan up top on the catch, moves it left side. This is Vekstrom out of Finland. We'll give it up to Gustafson, now to Swan, left wing, guarded by Amber Dean. Flyers in the man-to-man. Pass out front, almost stolen by Austria. Now she picks up the loose ball. Here comes Kelly into the front court with the dribble. Will slow things up, finds Dennis, thought about 3. Now she'll let it go. Off the back rim, no. Rebound, Maine. We're still scoreless. We've played a little over a minute. 8:49 on the clock. Maine trying to get on the scoreboard. On the left side, it's Swan looking inside. Now we'll get it back out front to Koitzer. Leading this team in scoring with 16 a game. She'll hand it off to Gustafson. Koitzer trying to get the ball back, but a good job defensively by Kelly Austria. He's on that all-defensive team a year ago. Koitzer now gets her hands on it, but we got an illegal screen as Gustafson going to be called for the whistle. She tried to free up Koitzer on a drive. And with that, the ball going back to Dayton. 8:22 on the clock, and we are still scoreless here in Southwest Florida. It's Austria with it for the Flyers, finds Dean in between the circles. Dean looking left side, finds Austria on the left wing. Austria behind the back dribble, working on Gustafson. Will dribble around the arc, shovel pass to Dean. 10 seconds on the shot clock, and the Flyers will now find Sasha Grant Allen 18 feet from the basket. Back to Dean, top the key, driving left side. Amber Dean, a hard drive and a great finish. And a blue-collar move from the senior at a Detroit Country Day. Amber Dean gets this party started with the first 2 of the game. She'll go to the foul line for the 3-point play. Flyers on the season, a 76% shooting team. Dean misses the first one. Rebound though, Maddie Dennis. Kick out to Austria. 3-ball was short. Rebound, Dennis. Maddie Dennis with 2 great offensive rebounds. And the Flyers a new possession. Here's Burdett, top the key, right side to Dean. She'll pull the trigger. Off the front rim, no. Rebound, fought for, and finally pulled down by the Black Bears. Flyers on top 2-0. 7:28 left in the first quarter. It's Maine looking for their first points. Gustafson going to be moving it left side to Swan. This is Koitzer getting a ball screen. Now will fire. Shot was blocked by Austria, but the loose ball came to Liz Wood. It's her first touch. Gives it up to Koitzer right down Broadway. Shot was blocked again, and this time a jump ball, and it's going to be Dayton possession, no. Maine basketball. Be interesting. I think they reset the shot clock. Now they get it right. 1 second on the shot clock. So Maine, a catch and shoot situation as Koitzer will inbound. Finds Vekstrom, air ball, and it should have been a shot clock violation. Now they'll blow the whistle and get things straight. Flyers and Black Bears, and both these teams have yet to wake up on the offensive end. 2-0 our score. We've played close to 3 minutes. And we're back to action with Maddie Dennis inbounding to Jenna Burdett. Maine. A little bit of a matchup zone. This is Dean with it, finding Austria near side across the arc. Over to the right side, mid-range jumper, no. Missed it from the right elbow. Rebound, Black Bears. 2-0, 6:45 left here in the first quarter. Both teams ice cold from the field. And this is Swan with it, left side, guarded by Dean. Moves it to Koitzer. Will head to the basket on the baseline, threw it right over the head of Vekstrom. And another turnover for Maine. Jenna Burdett, A10 all-rookie team a year ago, brings it into the front court, finds Kelly Austria, top the key, driving right side, kick over to Amber Dean on the right wing, gets a ball screen, moves it left side, across the lane, going to the hoop, shot was blocked, ball goes out of bounds. They said it was last touched by a Black Bear. Dayton will inbound underneath their own basket with Amber Dean. A box set for the Flyers. Throws it to Austria, and it's off her fingertips out of bounds. So both teams struggling here early, but it's the Flyers on a made field goal from Amber Dean with a 2-0 lead. Koitzer out of Vienna, Austria will give it up to Gustafson. Down over to Wood. To Vekstrom, right wing. Koitzer, top the key, guarded by Dean. Finds Swan. Only American in the starting lineup for Barron's group. Swan gave it to Koitzer, got it back. Now Koitzer, 3 seconds to shoot on the left side, lost the handle, and a shot clock violation. Well, while Dayton's missing shots, Maine's having a tough time getting off shots, as we have 2 shot clock violations. We've only played just a few minutes. Chantel Charles into the game, traditionally in the starting lineup, had an ankle injury, did not play their last time out against Central Connecticut State. Here's Jenna Burdett to the hoop. They're going to call her for traveling. Dayton going to make their first change. It's Jody Corneli Sigmundova into the contest. Sasha Grant Allen will go off. Dayton not necessarily using its length here early. There's not much going on in the paint. Here with it on the right side. This is a traveling violation against Chantel Charles. And another change for the Flyers. It's Javonna Layfield in, Kelly Austria off. And near side, Maddie Dennis. Looking inside, Jody Corneli Sigmundova going to the hoop, and there the Flyers use their length as Jody with her first field goal. And the score now 4-0 with 5 minutes to play. Media timeout coming. And the Maine Black Bears have yet to get on the scoreboard. This is Vekstrom, left side to Charles. Back over to Vekstrom, right wing. In on the action, it's Gustafson, near side. Back to Vekstrom, we got a foul on a push. Looks like this one's gonna go against Jenna Burnett. 4-0, 4:49 left here in the first, and we take a break. Flyers on top. You're listening to the A10 Network. Our score with 4:49 left here in the first quarter. Flyers with a field goal from Amber Dean and Jody Corneli-Sigmundova. And it's really been Dayton's defense that's been the story here in the first 5 minutes, as Maine has yet to score, but more importantly, they've failed to get off a few shots as 2 shot clock violations, 6 turnovers for Maine, and 3 for the Flyers, as it has not been a pretty start to this Friday morning. Flyers with a win will play on Saturday at 5 o'clock. If the Flyers were to lose to Maine, they would be in that 11 o'clock game again for tomorrow. And again, these teams will be taking on the winners or loser of Stanford, Missouri State. So Maine basketball off that last foul from Jenna Burnett, and it's going to be the Black Bears to get things going here with Vekstrom. Shovel pass to Swan, or excuse me, that's Charles. Got it over to Swan. Now high post to Wood. Shovel pass to Vekstrom. Long 2, and it's off the mark. Rebound came to Jenna Burnett. And the Flyers look to push. Burdett finds Dennis, open 3. Off the side of the rim, and Maine rebounds. 4-0, 4:17 on the clock, and it's the Black Bears with it. Moving left to right, this is Vekstrom. Top the key, finds Gustafson, back to Vekstrom. Guarded by Dean. Gustafson now on the return from Vekstrom, 8 seconds to shoot. This is Wood in on the action to Vekstrom. Inside, ball is deflected. Now Jenna Burdett comes up with the loose ball, gets it over to Dean with it right side. Looking inside to Jody, and she finishes at the rim. A big length advantage for the senior from France, and at 6'5", able to finish on the right side. Once again, 6-0 our score. Jody has 4, 3:34 on the clock. Vekstrom, a shovel pass to Wood. Left wing, gives it to Gustafson on the right side. Handoff to Swan underneath. Going to Wood, spin move, and we got a foul. If this is against Dennis, it'll be her second. So the foul is against Dennis. It's just the 3rd team foul for the Flyers. They're going to say that was a shooting foul. And with that, Liz Wood going to the line. First free throw up and in. Wood shooting 66% from the stripe. Substitution, Koitzer comes back on for Maine. Going off will be Vekstrom. And in for the Flyers, Giovanna Layfield and Sasha Grant Allen. So bigger lineup for Jim Chambers' group. Wood makes the second free throw. 3:17 on the clock. 6-2 our score. Flyers on top of with the basketball. It's Amber Dean driving it on the left side. Got in the lane. Off the glass. It's good. Amber Dean with 4 points. And Flyers now with a 6-point advantage with 3 minutes to play here in the first. Left side at Swan. Getting it underneath. Going to work. Blocked shot. Gustafson tried to sneak one by Jody, and not the case. Flyers looking to add to this 6-point lead. It's Dean on the right side. Throws it to Austria in the corner. Will dribble out front. Kelly finds Giovanna Layfield in the corner to Dean. Back out front to Layfield. Moving around the perimeter with the bounce. Shovel pass to Austria. Gets a ball screen from Jody. 5 seconds to shoot. Inside to Sasha Grant Allen, and she finishes at the rim. A nice pass by Kelly Austria, and the Flyers really starting to use their size. 6 points from their 2 post players, and at 6'5" with Sasha Grant Allen and 6'4" for Jody Cornelie Sigmundova. Maine will be forced to put in their tallest player at 6'3" coming into the game is Anna Heiza. That's her first touch on the right side. Left side to Wood. In the corner, a deep 3. It was Chantel Charles. On the miss, we got a foul. It looks like this is going against Dayton. Amber Dean going to be called. And Amber will go off. Just her first foul, team's 4th. And Christy Maciosi comes into the game out of Pickerington, Ohio, a junior. 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. Flyers by 8. This is Koitzer with it, top the key. Guarded by Austria, has been quiet. He's yet to score here for Maine. We got a whistle away from the ball. And we got a foul against Kelly as Koitzer gave it up to Wood and then made a cut. That's going to be 2 free throws for the Black Bears, is in the bonus when talking about this first quarter. Of course, some new rules to women's basketball, and folks still getting adjusted. 4 10-minute quarters. And at 5 fouls, there's no longer the 1-and-1. It's just 2 free throws. Koitzer on the season shooting 86% from the line. It's a Maine team that doesn't get to the stripe often, but they're a good free throw shooting team at 72%. Koitzer knocks in both free throws, and 10-4 is our score. Dayton on top by 6. This is Austria working on the right side, going to the hoop, off the glass, it's good. So Kelly Austria, her first field goal, and the lead bumped back up to 8. 12-4 the count, left side. This is Charles, top the key Koitzer. Wood in on the action, gives it back to Koitzer on the left wing, guarded by Austria. Up front to Charles. 1:18 on the clock. Inside going to Wood. Spin move. Allen was straight up, made it tough for Wood. Got her miss, but couldn't finish on the putback. And here come the Flyers on the attack, up by 8. 12-4. Austria top the key with the dribble. Finds Grant Allen. Looking inside to Jody. Will put it on the deck. Back to Austria. Thought about 3, won't fire. Looking for a ball screen, gets one. 10 seconds to shoot. Austria, crossover move. Finds Maciosi. Inside to Jody. Ball fake, up and under. Cornelie Sigmundova. A nice step back and 6 points for the senior, and the lead is 10. Largest lead for the Flyers. 30 seconds left here in the first quarter, and it's 14-4 in favor of Dayton. Looks like Maine's going to hold, possibly for their last shot, even though 13 seconds on the shot clock, 18 on the game clock. So the Flyers will have another possession. Here's Charles finding Vekstrom. Tough 2, missed everything. Rebound Layfield, 8 seconds on the clock. Giovanna looking to go coast to coast, lost it out of bounds. 3.6 on the clock, and we'll see if Maine can beat the buzzer. Substitution, Burdette comes on and Layfield off. Inbounds to Koitzer, gets to half court. Does she get it off in time? Her shot from three, no good. And we will go to the second quarter with our score. Dayton 14, Maine 4. This is the A10 Network.
NCAA.
Alex Mikas with you on a Friday morning and what soon will be a Friday afternoon. Hope the turkey was delicious. As Dayton off to a nice start, 14-4. Flyers haven't shot it all that well, but their defense has been on point. And Maine has yet to make a field goal. All their points coming from the line. As Maine perfect from the charity stripe, 4 for 4, but 7 turnovers for the Black Bear, and really having a difficult time finding their offense, but more importantly, stopping Dayton underneath. Flyers really having their way when talking about points in the paint, as they have scored it at the rim for all 7 of their field goals. And 6 points coming from Jody Corneli Sigmundova. Flyers will get it to start here in the second quarter. It's Austria around the perimeter, going to the hoop, was cut off, and now will back out. Looking inside, Jody goes high post to Sasha Grant Allen. 15-footer, yes, got the roll. 4 points from the junior out of Ontario. And the Flyers with a 12-point lead. This is Vekstrom losing the handle. Jenna Burdette comes up with a steal. On the near side, Jenna gets it inside to Sasha Grant Allen. To Jody, a 3. Missed it from the left wing. Rebound comes to the Maine Black Bears. See if Maine can find a basket. This is Vekstrom with it near side, underneath, going to Swan. Backing down, Sasha Grant Allen. Kick out to Heiza. 3 ball in and out. Rebound pulled down by Christy Maciosi. The junior into the front court with the dribble. Moves it to Jenna Burdette. Moving to the left side. Burdette now gets to Austria left wing. It's a ball screen from Jody. We got a whistle away from the play, and a 3-second violation going to be called on Dayton. Substitution for the Black Bears. First time we're going to call the name of Lauren Bodine out of Louisville, Kentucky. Another senior, 5'10", and joining her, Michaela Gustafson. The starter from Sweden returns. Bodine, her first touch, gives it to Koitzer, who's been quiet. 2 points coming from the foul line, guarded by Jenna Burdette. Hands it off to Swan. Now Koitzer trying to get it back. Ball was thrown out of bounds. And it will be Dayton basketball. That is the 8th turnover for the Black Bears. 8:30 on the clock, second quarter. Flyers on top by 12. 16-4 our count with Burdette into the front court with the bounce. It's a ball screen from Grant Allen. Pick and pop, jumper off the back iron, no. Rebound came to Bodine. Koitzer, averaging 16 per contest. It's been quiet here early, just 2 points on the right wing. We'll find Swan on the baseline. Try to get it underneath to Gustafson, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Flyers, and it will stay with Maine. Tough start for Richard Barron's group, but this is a team that won 23 games last year. They returned all their starters, 96% of their offense from a year ago. Substitution, Liz Wood back on, going off be Chantel Charles. Substitution for the Flyers, Maciosi will take a seat. Also, Jody heads to the bench, and Andy Sikovic comes on, and joining her, Amber Dean. Here's Dean guarding the basketball. Swan will give it up. 3 ball. It's Liz Wood who knocks it in from downtown. 5 points for her, and the first field goal for the Black Bears. Our score is 16-7. Flyers on top by 9. Here we have Dayton back on the offensive end. Dean was looking inside. We got a whistle away for the ball. And a foul going against Koitzer. So a new 30 for the Flyers. Of course, with the second quarter starting, also the teams will reset when discussing team fouls. Inbounds comes to Austria. Out front to Brunette. Over to the right side, it's Amber Dean. Crossover move. Finds Austria in the corner, drives baseline. Kelly, Austria, couldn't finish. Rebound, Grant Allen, her putback off the mark. Rebound comes out long, and we got a foul on the loose ball, and it's gonna be against the Maine Black Bears. No, it's a foul against Dayton. They called Andy Sikovic on the foul. 16-7 our score. It's Maine with the basketball, trailing by 9. 7:14 on the clock. This is Heiza with it. Gustafson finds Koitzer. 3 ball. That's what they do. Back-to-back threes for the Black Bears, and they've cut the lead to 6. Koitzer shooting 50% from distance. Here's Burdett back the other way. Nice spin move in the lane, but missed the shot. Rebound goes out of bounds, was deflected by a Black Bear, so it'll stay with Dayton. Flyers' largest lead was 12. Maine on a 6-0 run. Here's Austria with it on the right side. Top the key to Dean. Going to drive. Going to the hoop. Wouldn't get the roll. And rebound pulled down by Maine. Black Bears with some momentum here in the second quarter. Koitzer with it. Near side. Picked up by Austria. Top the key to Wood. Left side. Bodine inside. Going to Swan. Try to find a cutting Gustafson. Ball was deflected, and the loose ball collected by Jenna Burnett. The sophomore finds the senior Amber Dean. Driving on the right side, we got a whistle, and it looks like a foul against Maine. I believe this is going to be Bodine. Her first foul, team second when talking about the quarter. Dean to inbound. Underneath her own basket, finds Austria in the corner. Up front to Burnett, gets a ball screen from Sikovic. Step back 3. Missed it off the right side. Rebound pulled down by the Maine Black Bears. Here comes Koitzer on a drive. Nice bounce pass on the left block. Liz Wood could not finish. Rebound Dayton. Amber Dean looking to go the distance. Missed the bunny. Rebound, Sasha Grant Allen. Her putback off the mark. Rebound, Sikovic. Kick out pass, and the Flyers a new possession. Austria, corner 3. Missed it long. Dayton has yet to make a 3-pointer. They were able to knock in 11 their last time out against Wisconsin. On top by 6, 16-10. Black Bears trying to trim this lead to 4, possibly even 3. It's Koitzer with it. Off a shovel pass from Gustafson. Now pull-up jumper. And Koitzer starting to find some rhythm. 16-12, she's got 7. Here's Austria with it on the far side. Across the perimeter, nice between the legs dribble with the right hand. Kelly, Austria. My, oh my, what a move from the senior out of Beaver Creek, Ohio. 18-12 the score. Flyers on top by 6. Inside of 5 to play here in the second quarter. Kreutzer, bounce pass, finds Bodine. Gives it up to Swan, top the key, guarded by Dean. Moves it near side, Kreutzer on the wing, guarded by Austria. Driving baseline, Kreutzer gets in a lane, nice shovel pass to Swan. Missed the shot, put back, no. Rebound though, comes back to Maine, out front. Kreutzer, shot blocked by Dean. On the run out, Dean is gonna score this off the right side of the glass. Amber Dean, defense to offense. And the senior from Detroit, 6 points in a tremendous play. And the lead's back to 8. 20-12 our count. 4:16 on the clock, second quarter. Near side, it's Kreutzer, skip pass. Corner three, Bodine. Missed it long. Rebound came long and out of bounds. It'll go to Dayton. We'll take a break. Things starting to heat up here in Southwest Florida. Flyers and Black Bears on a Friday. This is the A10 Network. Showcase in our first game today. The Flyers on top 20-12 with 4:05 left to play here in the first half. Amber Dean and Jody Corneli-Sigmundova both leading the Flyers with 6 points. Kelly Austria and Sasha Grant Allen with 4 points. And the Flyers were able to hold Maine to just 4 points in that first quarter. But Maine finding their offense here in the second, and more importantly, finding a field goal. Black Bears, all their points coming in the first 10 minutes were from the foul line. But Ziggy Kreutzer heating up, 7 points in the contest, and Liz Wood able to contribute 5. Flyers back on the floor with Jody, Jenna Burdett, Amber Dean, Andy Sikovic, and the freshman, first time I've called her name, Lauren Kenatelli into the contest out of Lakota West High School. Here's Dean with the bounce, moving it near side, finds Kenatelli. Gets a ball screen from Jody around the perimeter. Corneli-Sigmundova now on the catch. Few dribbles, pull up, got the roll. Boy, Jody has been active here early on the offensive end. A fantastic move and showing her ability. As not just a post player, able to put it on the floor there. Flyers lead back to double digits, 10 points, 22-12. It's Maine with the basketball, high post. Wood going backdoor, nice pass. Kreutzer kisses it high off the window. 9 points for the senior, and the Flyers lead cut to 8, 22-14 with 3:17 on the clock. Kenatelli will give it up to Burdett. Gets a ball screen from Andy. Moves it near side, Kenatelli. Guarded by Bodine. Moves it right side, round the perimeter, now to Dean. 12 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. Amber working in the middle of the paint, spin move, some contact. Missed the shot, but she was fouled. She'll shoot 2. Coach Richard Barron looking for an explanation. He thought that Gustafson was straight up, but not the case. And with that, a foul. Maddie Dennis going to be checking back in off this first free throw. Dean missed her only attempt, and she misses the second. Amber, an 86% free throw shooter coming into the game. player you want there at the line. Dennis goes on and off Andy Sikovic. So Dean trying to split the pair, missed it off the front rim. 22-14. Flyers on top by 8. Here's Koitzer into the front court. Finds Bodine down to Charles, standing close to the center circle to Wood. High post to Koitzer, guarded by Kenatelli. Dribbles to the paint, kick out. Wood gonna drive. Shot was blocked by Jody. From the offensive end to the defensive end, Jody Corneli-Sigmundova has done it all here early. Substitution for Maine. Anna Heise gonna come on, and going off will be Liz Wood. Or excuse me, it was Gustafson to the bench. On the inbounds, they got it to Bodine. Kenatelli ripped it away, but then it was taken right back from the freshman. And now the officials get together and wonder if the shot clock should be reset, as I believe there was a change in possession as Kenatelli looked to have that basketball. And that is the case. 2:26 on the clock, 27 seconds now on the shot clock. It's Koitzer with it, finding Bodine top the key. Left side, this is Wood, a 3. Off the glass, no. Rebound, Maddie Dennis. Flyers look to push. It's Dean near side. Going across the lane on the diagonal. Amber Dean found herself right at the rim, and she finishes 8 points for the senior. 24-14 our score. Flyers back up by 10. Inside, going to Heise. Here's Maine looking to find some points in the paint. Kick out, Charles. Now to Koitzer. Throws it to the far side. Bodine on the catch to Wood. Left point, Koitzer. Right point with the bounce. Getting in the lane. Kick out, Heise. Thought about 3. Will drive it. Charge. Anna Heise ran over Amber Dean. Give a lot of credit to last year's A10 6 Woman of the Year and helping out on the defensive end. We got a substitution as coming on for Maine. It's going to be Sophie Vekstrom. Going off Bodine, here's Burdett, her team up by 10. Pick and roll play to Jody on the catch. Kick out, Kenatelli a 3. Lauren Kenatelli knocked it in for the right side. And it gives the Flyers their largest lead of the night. It's 13. 27-14 our score. 1:18 left here in the first half. It's Wood with it. On the right point to Charles. Long 2. Missed the shot. Rebound, Maddie Dennis. Flyers on the attack. Kenatelli was fouled. And that's going to be 2 free throws for the Flyers, as that's the 5th team foul against the Black Bears. Kenatelli looking for points 4 and 5 here from the stripe. First free throw up and in. Kenatelli a spin, few dribbles, bends the knees, knocks it in. Freshman out of Cincinnati, Ohio, has come off the bench with 5 points. The lead now 15. 29-14. Here's Koitzer driving it. Left side kick in the corner. Charles back out front to Koitzer. Guarded by Burdett. She'll pull the trigger. No good. Rebound, Maddie Dennis. Flyers looking to add to this 15-point lead. Dean into the front court. Kick in the corner. Kenatelli off the back rim. Freshman was feeling it, but missed that one. And with that, Maine will slow things up with Koitzer into the front court. Now finding Wood. Looking up at the shot clock, 18 seconds, 23 seconds on the game clock. And it looks like Maine's going to use this clock. Koitzer finding Heise, top the key. Shovel pass to Vekstrom. To Charles, back to Vekstrom. Underneath, Wood, fadeaway jumper, no. Rebound, Burdett, 8 seconds. Jenna looks at the clock, coming near side, threw it out of bounds. Actually, the ball was deflected. It was looking for Dean, and instead it was knocked out by Charles. So it'll be Flyers here with 2.5 to shoot. substitution for Maine. Bella Swan to come in. Going off Koitzer. Dean will inbound sideline left. Finds Burdette to Dennis. 3-ball. It's good. Maddie Dennis at the horn. A big 3 and the largest lead for UD. Dayton 32, Maine 14. Jim Chambers' group finding some rhythm late in the second quarter, and they have pushed this game to 18 points as Dayton in control of the Maine Black Bears as we roll into our halftime show. We're at the Gulf Coast Showcase. Thanks for joining us on this Friday. Take a break, come back with stats as we'll break down the first half. Dayton on top, 32-14 at the break. This is the A10 Network.
Hey A10 fans, are you ready for the madness? Join us for 5 days of tournament action at the Richmond Coliseum in Richmond, Virginia, March 2nd through the 6th for the Atlantic 10 Women's Basketball Championship. Purchase tickets at the Richmond Coliseum box office, Ticketmaster.com, or by calling Ticketmaster at 800-745-3000. Come to Richmond, Virginia, and cheer your team to a title and help us celebrate the Atlantic 10's 40th anniversary.
And we're back.
What a play! You know, substituting old bulbs for energy-efficient ones, smart business move.
Wowza.
The old bulbs are gone. The new bulbs are here.
Stacy, what's happening on the floor?
Guys, DP&L is giving businesses an additional 50% on lighting rebates. Now that's a power play.
Glad you brought us that report.
I have nothing in my ear.
Be a savings champion. Visit savewithdpl.com.
volleyball team going to be in the NCAA tournament representing the Atlantic 10. We're back to action here as it's Maine with the basketball to start the third quarter. Koitzer with it. I'll hand it off to Vekstrom. Joining them on the floor is Swan, Wood, and Gustafson. It's Vekstrom inside to Gustafson. Kick out Vekstrom, now to Swan near side. Koitzer in the corner, underneath the Wood. Kick out, Vekstrom a three, in and out. Rebound came right to Wood. No one coming her. And an easy putback for Liz Wood. 9 rebounds in the game, give her 7 points. Cuts the lead to 16. Flyers doubling up the Black Bears. 32-16 our score. It's Aberdeen, scored 8 points in that first quarter, or first half. Will drive it left side, now finds Austria in the corner. On the far side, Austria bounce pass into Stacia Grant Allen. One dribble, trying to go up with it, got deflected, got it back, and now we got a 3-second call going against 55 for the Flyers. Flyers, just their 7th turnover. 9 minutes left here in our third quarter. And it's Maine who was able to score on their first possession. Vekstrom finds Wood right side. Top the key, Koitzer. 9 points in the first half. Koitzer, the leading scorer for this Black Bear bunch. Finds Wood, try a three. Off the right side, rebound Jenna Burdett. Looking up the floor, has got Austria. Nice pass, great finish. Kelly Austria at the rim, 6 points. And we got a timeout on the floor. Dayton 34, Maine 16. This is the A10 Network. Back at the Gulf Coast Showcase and what is the first of what will be 4 games today. 4 games Saturday, 4 games on Sunday, and the Flyers are hoping that they'll be the last game on Sunday, meaning that they would be playing for the Gulf Coast Showcase Championship. The men were in here earlier in the week as their tournament wrapped up on Wednesday, and it was Weber State that was able to top Murray State for the Gulf Coast Showcase title. This is the 3rd year that they've held this tournament. 34-16, it's going to be Maine with the basketball off the timeout. 8:32 left here in the third. Do want to remind folks the Flyers are going to be back at home December 11th, and they're going to be playing a very talented Gonzaga Bulldog basketball team. A winner last year in the NCAA tournament. They were able to advance all the way to the Sweet 16, and we'd love to see you at the game. It's Friday, December 11th. Circle the calendar, 7 p.m. the start. Gonzaga and Dayton from UD Arena. Actually, the Flyers' next 2 home games are against teams that were able to win a game in the NCAA tournament. Flyers on December 20th going to be taking on Princeton. So we're back to action. It's Liz Wood with the bounce on the near side. Finds Koitzer. Left wing, dribbles out front. Now to Vekstrom to find Wood, right wing. Left point, it's Swan. Gustafson in on the action, finds Koitzer, and now we got a foul up front as Grant Allen was trying to help on a screen, and with that, bumped the ball handler. It's the team's first foul. That's also Grant Allen's first. Inbound comes to Wood. New shot clock for the Black Bears. 8 minutes to play here in the third. Dayton on top by 18, 34-16. Here's Wood in the corner. Takes 2 dribbles. Now we'll get it out front to Koitzer. Driving left side. Pass was intercepted by Amber Dean. Senior crossover move in the lane. Kick in the corner. Jenna Burdett in and out. Missed the 3 right in front of her bench. Flyers just 2 of 10 in that first half from distance. Here's Maine. Gustafson, top the key, finds Wood near side. It's Koitzer in on the action, left point. Now finds Swan, guarded by Dean on the right point. Koitzer now back with it, left side. With the dribble, guarded by Austria. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Vekstrom gonna fire a 3, missed the shot, rebound, Grant Allen. Got on the floor and finds Amber Dean. Nice hustle there by the junior out of Ontario. Dean the other way, going right to the rack. Amber Dean becomes the first player in double figures, 10 points for the senior. 36-16, 20-point lead for the Flyers. First time I've said that today. Near side, this is Vekstrom. Up top, Koitzer, back to Vekstrom, corner. Guarded by Burdett, gets it to Gustafson. Now to Vekstrom, dribbling around the perimeter, right side. They'll get it underneath the Swan. Out to Vekstrom, 3 ball. Missed it. Rebound though, pulled down by Gustafson. New possession here for the Black Bears. 6:26 on the game clock. It's gonna be Gustafson with it high on the left side. Finds Wood, right wing. Over to the Finnish guard. Finds the senior from Austria. Koitzer cut off, kick out. This is Gustafson working on Jody. Now finds Koitzer, 5 seconds to shoot. Gets it over to Wood, open 3, straight on. And Liz Wood now with 10 points to lead the Maine Black Bears. Cuts the lead to 17, 36-19 on the clock, 5:50 left here in the third. Amber Dean's entry pass to Jody, intercepted by Wood. And here's Maine off the turnover with Koitzer driving right side. Got in the corner, and Koitzer got it back. Now trying to find Gustafson. Ball was deflected. It comes to Dean, going coast to coast. Amber Dean. Boy, has she been able to attack and scoring points in the paint. The senior having a nice day with a dozen, 19 points. 38-19 our count with 5:15 left here in the third quarter. It's Swan with it, top the key, right side, Koitzer. Gives it to Gustafson. Koitzer gets it back and drains a 3. Nice little pick play there, and Koitzer with 12 points now. It's amazing. Maine only has 2 players that have scored the basketball. Burdett coming back the other way. We got an offensive foul against the sophomore. An immediate timeout. A few substitutions for both teams when we return. 38-22 our score. 4:55 left here in the third. This is the A10 Network. Basketball, the men's team playing in Orlando, about 3 hours up the way north. And it's the Dayton women here at the Gulf Coast Showcase in between Fort Myers and Naples. Germain Arena. And the Flyers, so far so good. 38-32 our score. As Dayton being led by Amber Dean with 12 points. On the other side, just 2 players have scored for Maine. Ziggy Koitzer with the basketball. And Liz Wood. Koitzer 12 points, Wood 10 points. And this is Chantel Charles with it, finding Koitzer left side, looking for Swan up front to Vekstrom. Right side to Gustafson, to Koitzer in between the circles. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 4:30 game clock. Swan with it now, left point, finds Koitzer, 4 to shoot. Put it on the deck, gets to the foul line, traveling violation, didn't get the shot off. There's Koitzer going to be called for steps. Another fantastic defensive stand for UD, as UD's defense has been on point. Did not give up a field goal in the first quarter. On top by 16, 38-22. Flyers come back the other way. It's Jenna Burnett in the corner, far side. Amber Dean up top. It's a ball screen from Jody. Amber Dean going to pull the trigger. Missed it. Flyers have not shot well from distance, but they hold a 16-point advantage. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter. This is Maine with the basketball. Chantel Charles, senior out of London, England. Now to the far side to Swan, a senior from Utah. Double team, trying to get it back to Charles. Saved it out of bounds. Underneath, they go to Gustafson. Missed the shot, rebound Charles. And a new possession here for the Black Bears. Vekstrom with it, top the key, guarded by Dean. Bounce pass over to Koitzer. Guarded by Burdett. Finds Charles, left point. Guarded by Dean. Charles going to drive. Missed the shot. Rebound pulled down by Maine. Black Bears attacking the offensive glass. New shot clock here. 3 ball from Charles. Missed it. Air ball. And the rebound pulled down by Jody. Long pass ahead to Dean. To the hoop. Amber Dean. Wow. 14 points, and give Jody the assist there. A fantastic outlet. 40-22. The lead back up to 18 for the Flyers. Maine with the basketball. Koitzer, we got a whistle away from the ball. And I think this is going against Amber Dean. Working against Chantel Charles. A couple of changes for the Flyers. Andy Sikovic comes on. Giovanna Layfield also, and Stacia Grant Allen going off. Austria Dennis and Cornelia Sigmundova. This is Gustafson with the basketball, finds Wood, now to Koitzer. Up towards the center logo, moves it over to Gustafson. Wood in on the action, top key. Underneath, Gustafson going to work on Sikovic. Right side to Vekstrom. In the corner to Wood. Here's Gustafson along 2. Rebound fought for. It's out of bounds. It's going to stay with Maine. The Flyers having a tough time rebounding the basketball here on the defensive end. Substitution, Heiza going to come in for Richard Barron's squad. And going off will be Gustafson. Koitzer to inbounds, finds Heiza. Try to get it out front, stolen by Dean. Amber looking to go coast to coast. Finishes on the right side of the glass. 16 points for Amber Dean. And once again, we see the senior defense leading the offense. And the Flyers back up by 20. 42-22. This is Wood underneath the Vekstrom. Cross the court to Koitzer on a drive. Kick out Wood a 3. Missed it on the short rim. Rebound came out to half court. Picked up by Layfield. And Amber Dean's going to get another easy layup. 18 points, and they've all come off layups. Amber Dean having quite the game at the rim. 44-22. Flyers doubling up the Black Bears. 1:40 left here in the third. And we got a whistle away from the ball here, as it looks like maybe Heiza was cut. And she'll have to go off, and coming on will be Bella Swan. Heiza from Germany. Mentioned earlier, this is a Maine Black Bear team with 8 international players. Italy, Sweden, Austria, England, Finland. Substitution for Dayton. Lauren Canatelli back into the game, had 5 points in that first half. Nice spark for the Flyers off the pine. And here's Kreutzer as we're back to action. 1:30 to play, 15 on the shot clock. This is Gustafson in the corner, shovel pass to Swan, right wing, 8 seconds to shoot. It's Vekstrom, loses the dribble. Rebound, or excuse me, loose ball, and it's going to be Kreutzer, a 3 at the horn. No, couldn't knock it in. Rebound Dayton. Burdett looks to push. Jenna to the foul line, finds Grant Allen on the trail. Over to Canatelli, high on the left side. Gets a ball screen, moves it to Layfield. Nice entry pass to Jody. Missed the shot. Rebound Maine. Black Bears coming back on the near side. It's Kreutzer. Finds Swan, high post. Looks at the defense, fires a pass over to the far side of the floor to Charles. In and out on the 3 ball. Rebound Dayton. Burdett into the front court. We got a whistle as fighting for position. It was Cornelia Sigmundova and Gustafson. And they're going to call the foul on Gustafson. Substitution, Bodine out there. And interesting, Layfield inbounding the basketball for Dayton, both from Louisville, Bodine and Layfield. They played against each other in high school. Of course, Javana a sophomore, Bodine a senior. Substitution for the Flyers, Maddie Dennis, the freshman from Australia, checks in to replace Jody Cornelia Sigmundova. And Layfield to throw it into Sasha Grant Allen. It was too high for her, but we got a whistle, and it looks like a foul, and this could be against Gustafson again. So that is it, the 4th foul against Gustafson. It's going to be Canatelli this time to throw it in underneath her own hoop. Finds Burdett on the baseline, out front to Layfield. Back to Burdett, inside to Sasha Grant Allen. It's too easy. Flyers using that 6'5" frame, and the Canadian with 6 points now on an easy 2 and a great feed. Nice play there from the Flyers to push this lead to 24, 46-22. Shot clock's been turned off. Kreutzer just dribbling at the center logo. Holding for possibly the last shot. Finds Swan. Shovel pass. Bodine to Charles. Top the key. 5 to shoot. This is Kreutzer on a drive. Middle of the lane. Off the glass. A nice play there. Kreutzer with 14 points. Flyers will not get a shot at the horn in our score as we head to the 4th. Dayton 46, Maine 24. We'll take a break. Listen to the Gulf Coast Showcase right here on the A10 Network. It's Alex Mikas with you on this Friday. Flyers on top as we move to the last quarter. 46-24. Amber Dean came into this game averaging 18 points, and she has her average to lead all scores. 18 for the senior. Flyers using their length and strength to score at the rim. And they have a 22-point lead as we get ready for the fourth quarter. Surprisingly, though, when talking about the length of Dayton, Maine winning the rebound battle. 26 rebounds for Maine, Dayton with 25. But the Black Bears have also turned it over 15 times. Points in the paint, Dayton 36, Maine just 6. For the first time today, Ashley Parkinson enters the ball game for the Flyers, a freshman out of Newark, Ohio. Canatelli setting up the offense, got it over to Layfield, dribbling around the perimeter. We got a foul against Maine. So to start the fourth quarter, it'll be Canatelli, Parkinson, Dennis, Layfield, and Stacia Grant-Allen. So 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior for Jim Jaber's crew. Here's Canatelli, 5 points in the contest on the right side, gets a ball screen, moving around the perimeter, going to the hoop, kick out, Parkinson, long 2. Off the mark, we got a whistle on the rebound. This is going against Dayton. Stacia Grant-Allen, second foul for Maine to start this last quarter. It's Koitzer, Swan, Charles, Heiza, and Bodine. It's Koitzer crossing the timeline with the dribble, finds Charles, left wing. Guarded by Layfield. Flyers in the man-to-man, back to Koitzer, top the key. Finds Swan, high on the right side. 10 seconds to shoot. This is Koitzer. Right side, Bodine. Moves it to Swan. Bodine, a deep 3. Missed everything. That is another shot clock violation as the official pats her head, and that is the 4th shot clock violation for Maine. 46-24 Flyers. We've played a minute here in the fourth quarter. 22-point lead for UD. Parkinson with it left side. Later basketball at Newark Catholic. Finds Javonna Layfield. With the bounce, finding Canatelli, left wing. Inside to Dennis. Nice pass, great catch, but the Australian could not finish. Rebound Maine. 22-point lead here for the Flyers as they get back on the defensive end. Black Bears trying to find something here in the fourth as Charles with it left side. We got a whistle away from the ball. It was Koitzer trying to fight through, but Canatelli going to be called on the whistle. Flyers on top by 22 with 8:32 left in the fourth. A reminder, Flyers win here today. They would play at 5 o'clock for tomorrow. This is Charles with it, right point. Gives it up, Koitzer, top key. Back over to Charles. Gets in the lane, kick out pass. Loose ball, and Koitzer was able to grab it, and then was bumped by Parkinson. The Missouri State Bears making their way in to Germain Arena. They will have the next game. And that's between Stanford and Missouri State, and that is who these two teams will be playing tomorrow, winners or losers. Canatelli guarding Koitzer. Right side to Swan. This is Heiza, 20 seconds to shoot, 8 minutes on the game clock. Koitzer now in on the action. Right point, finds Bodine, back over to Koitzer, 3 ball. Was short, rebound, came out in the corner. Nice job by Canatelli coming back in on the play and collecting the rebound. Canatelli gets a ball screen, moving it left side. Here's another foul against Grant-Allen. That'll be her 3rd. Substitution here for Liz Wood. She comes back in, and going off will be Swan. Wood, a double-double for the Black Bears. It's her 2nd straight double-double. 1,000-point scorer for Maine, also top 10 all-time in rebounds for the Black Bears. This is Charles in between the circles, trying to find somebody, gets to Heiza, left wing. Guarded by Dennis, back to Charles. Koitzer trying to get open, now finds the basketball on the left side. Trying to get an inside, ball was deflected to Heiza, shot the 3, missed it, rebound came right back to Maine. Here's Wood, skip pass. Heiza from Germany, thought about 3, will give it up. Wood, the senior from Virginia, finds Charles, back to Wood, driving on the right side. Wood cut off baseline, will dribble back out. 12 seconds to shoot, 7 on the clock. Here's Koitzer. Pick and roll play, finds Charles, missed the shot, but she was fouled. She'll shoot 2. Reminder, we hope to talk with the head coach of the Flyers, Jim Jaber, after this game. Mentioned Stanford and Missouri State coming up after this contest. Stanford, the only ranked team when discussing the 8 teams here at the Gulf Coast Showcase. Missed free throw here from Charles. Few dribbles, spins the ball with her left hand, fires with the right. And Charles, her first point here today. And 46-25, a 21-point lead for the Flyers as Stacia Grant Allen comes off and Andy Sitkovich comes on. Here's Kenatelli, her team up by 21, gives it up Parkinson left side. Gets a ball screen from Sitkovich. Moving around the perimeter with the dribble, finds Layfield. Top the key, moving to left side, spin move in the lane. Oh, that's a strong move, couldn't finish. Rebound, put back, off the mark. I think it was Sitkovich who got the second chance opportunity. Was unable to come up with points. Rebound Maine off the miss, and here's Koitzer setting things up for the Black Bears. Heise with it right point. Back to Koitzer. It's a ball screen from Wood. Finds Charles. She'll try a 3. Missed the shot, but was fouled on a closeout. And Parkinson, the freshman, going to be called for her first foul, and that'll put Charles at the line shooting 3. Charles slow to get up. Mentioned missed her last game against Central Connecticut State on Wednesday. Talking about a busy week of basketball for Maine. They played their first home game on Wednesday afternoon at noon. Were able to top Central Connecticut State 62-42 as Charles makes another free throw. But then traveling and coming here for the weekend, 3 games. Black Bears going to play 4 basketball games in 6 days. Christy Maciosi back into the game. Parkinson goes off. Charles made the second free throw. Hard to believe, but Charles with the 2 free throws. Well, I should say now 3 free throws and missing the 4th. She becomes just the 3rd Maine Black Bear to score here today. Flyers doing a tremendous job on the defensive end. 19-point game. Dayton on top, 46-27. Here's Maciosi, going to be called for a travel on the near side. 6:02 left here in the contest, and a substitution for the Black Bears as Charles, who mentioned was slow to get up off that last offensive trip down the floor, going to be subbed out for Bella Swan. Hope the senior from UK is okay. Is going to be tended to by a trainer, and they're looking at an ankle. We got a backdoor play. Is back to action. Heise was trying to find Vekstrom on the cut, but threw it out of bounds. 19-point lead for the Flyers. Another turnover for Maine, and Dayton trying to find some points. Kenatelli getting to Sitkovich. Across the lane, threw it out of bounds. Was looking for Maciosi, but right into the Dayton bench. Gustafson will come in. Heise goes off. .540 on the clock. Media timeout coming here shortly. And Dayton trying to move to 4-0. Here's Gustafson. Shovel pass to Vekstrom. Now Gustafson gets it back on the roll. Missed the shot at the rim. Rebound, Maddie Dennis. And the freshman looks to push. Finds Maciosi now to Kenatelli, top the key. In the corner, Layfield. Javana going to drive baseline, and she was fouled by Koitzer as the senior could just not keep up with the quick sophomore from Louisville. 19-point lead for Dayton. We will have the Flyers broadcast for tomorrow. If the Flyers win, they will play at 5 p.m. Back to action. It's Layfield with the top the key. Working on Swan. We'll find Sitkovich on the left point. Back to Layfield, left wing. Inside going to Dennis. Kick out in the corner. 3-ball. Maciosi. Christie knocks it down from the near side, and the lead back to 22. 49-27 the count. 4:52 left here in our game. And it's Vekstrom with it for the Black Bears. De Koitzer up top. Gustafson left point. Top the key. This is Liz Wood. A whistle away from the ball. And we got Bella Swan going to be called for the foul. And a break in the action. Dayton 49, Maine 27. It's the Gulf Coast Showcase on a Friday. 4:39 left in this game. You're listening to the A10 Network. And we're at the Gulf Coast Showcase in Dayton with 4:39 left in this game on top, 49-27, trying to push their record to 4-0. Do want to remind you, December 11th will be the next Dayton home game, as in a couple weeks' time. We'd love to see you at UD Arena. Flyers going to be taking on the Gonzaga Bulldogs. The very talented team from Spokane will be playing Dayton Friday, December 11th, 7 o'clock. 49-27, we're back to action as Kenatelli with it top the key. Was looking inside Dennis. Ball was kicked. We'll stay with the Flyers. Maciosi to inbound. 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior. Maciosi will inbound. Finds Kenatelli. This is the sophomore, Layfield. Kick in the corner. Maciosi saved him from going out of bounds. Up top to Kenatelli. 18 seconds to shoot. Kenatelli on a ball screen, moving it with the left hand. Crossover move comes to the near side. Kenatelli to Dennis. Triple try off the back rim. Javonna Layfield fighting for the ball and gets the Flyers a new possession. Kenatelli with it right point. Finds Layfield, baseline. Takes a few dribbles. Calling for a ball screen, gets one. Now shovels it off to Kenatelli. Moving it left side, finds Layfield in the corner in front of her bench. Dribbles it to the foul line, stop, pop, and Javonna Layfield with 2 points. Her first field goal. Bumps the lead to 24, 51-27. This is Gustafson getting inside to Heiza, or excuse me, this is Liz Wood. Going to work on Dennis, kick out pass to Koitzer. Shovel pass to Vekstrom, 3. Off the mark, rebound. Sinkovic saved it, but right into the hands of Gustafson, and she's able to finish on the left side for an easy 2. 22-point lead for the Flyers coming back the other way. Kenatelli a pull-up 3, no. Rebound, fought for, and pulled down by the Black Bears. It's Liz Wood. Wood has had a nice game. He's got 10 points, 11 rebounds. Her last time out had 10, 10, and 5. Against Central Connecticut State. Flyers being led by Amber Dean with 18 points. We've not seen Amber, though, here in the 4th. Here's Swan going to work on the left block. Kick out pass. Wood will try a 3. Off the back rim. Fought for, and Sinkovic going to pull it down. Andy was able to tap it to herself. A nice rebound from the Croatian. And here comes Canatelli back the other way. Nice pull-up jumper. Jim Jabers going to call timeout. Canatelli with a nice in-and-out dribble. And was able to let it go from 17. 7 points from Lauren, and that is a career high. Was Division I Player of the Year last year and took her team to the state title. Lakota West was able to go all the way in Division I. That is saying something, as Canatelli left Lakota West with quite a few records and finding her offense here today. Kelly Austria going to come back in. 53-29, Jim Jamer still coaching up his group. Might have heard at halftime. A few new additions, this Dayton staff, Kayla Ard and Jeff House. And Dayton now 8 consecutive years with 21 seasons, 6 consecutive times have made the NCAA tournament. And an Elite 8 showing a year ago. This is a team that has really been on the upper echelon when talking about women's college basketball. We've got a whistle as we get back to action. Driving it on the right side was Wood. Got a foul against Sasha Grant Allen. That'll be her 4th. This is the team's 5th. So free throws here for the Black Bears. Wood in and out. Black Bears 7 of 10 from the line today. Javonna Layfield will take a seat on the bench. Ashley Parkinson comes on. And it's going to be Wood trying to split the pair at the line. Knocks in the free throw. .53-30 our score, 2:10 on the clock. It's Canatelli, got it over to Maciosi, trying to get it inside. Ball was deflected. It comes to Maine. Koitzer finds Vekstrom. Flyers were able to get back in transition. Stop the Maine attack, but we got a whistle here as Canatelli going to pick up the foul. And Koitzer will head the line. Perfect in the game from the charity stripe. Koitzer leading the Black Bears in scoring with 14. We'll be looking for our average here with the free throws. Knocks that one in for 15. Koitzer averaging 16.8 per contest, a little over 5 assists a game. And she's at her average for points as she knocks in that free throw, and it's a 21-point lead for the Flyers, 53-32. This is Canatelli, gets a ball screen from Grant Allen. Moves it to Maciosi with it left side. Dribbling around the perimeter, finds Sikovic. Corner 3, bang! Andy knocked it in for her first field goal this afternoon. 56-32, lead to 24. Maine with the basketball trailing. Wood, high post. Driving to the basket, kick in the corner. Vekstrom, 3-ball. It's good. Timeout for Maine as Vekstrom gets into the score column. 56-35 our score with 119, and Richard Barron going to be talking to his group as he continues to coach hard. 23 wins a year ago, WNIT appearance, picked 2nd this year in the America East. It's a conference with Albany, New Hampshire, Vermont, just to name a few. Richard Barron once at Princeton, then made a few stops as an assistant coach at North Carolina State and Baylor. Talking about the Princeton Tigers, undefeated last year in the regular season. Tigers would lose to the #1 seed in Maryland Terrapins, and they're going to be at UD Arena on December 20th, and we'd love to have you there. Flyers going to be playing Gonzaga December 11th, and then December 20th against Princeton. 56-35, back to action. Canatelli inside to Andy. Sikovic going to work, spin move, missed the shot but was fouled. She'll shoot 2. So a minute and some change left in this game. And it looks like the Flyers are going to be playing tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. And Flyers will be taking on the winner of Stanford and Missouri State. Sikovic on the year, shooting 57% from the stripe, but not many attempts. Knocks that free throw in. A very solid shooter. He's been averaging 5 points, 5 rebounds so far when looking at the first 3 games. And she's got 5 points this afternoon as she knocks in that free throw. 23-point lead for the Flyers, 58-35. It's Maine with it right side. Koitzer leading the Black Bears in scoring with 16. Went for the reverse layup, missed it, came to Gustafson. Good drive on the baseline by Koitzer, but unable to finish. However, another offensive rebound for the Black Bears. This is Gustafson, bounce pass to Wood. Right side, gives it up to Koitzer on a shovel pass, and now we got a whistle away from the ball. And this is going against Dayton. It'll be free throws for the Black Bears. Join us tomorrow as we'll have a pregame show right around 4:50. And then the tip at 5. Free throw from Wood, up and in. And Liz now with 12 points in the contest, over her average. Second one rattles around but goes down. 13 points from the senior out of Virginia. And the Flyers inside of a minute to play on top by 23. This is Kenatali, 3 ball. Missed it long. Rebound, Maciosi. And the Flyers have a chance to dribble this one out. Shot clock and game clock both at 20. Flyers going to turn it over though. Canatelli driving, try to kick it out to Maciosi and rolls out of bounds. We got a timeout by Maine. We'll stay here. Maine will be playing tomorrow at 11 a.m. against the loser of Missouri State and Stanford. Maine going to be falling to 3-3. Their 3 losses: Boston College, Minnesota, and now the Dayton Flyers. When looking at the schedule for the weekend, tomorrow the Dayton football team going to be at home as 9-1 on the regular season in a Pioneer Football League title for Rick Chamberlain's group. They enter the FCS playoffs at home, and we would love to have you at Welcome Stadium for Saturday at noon as Dayton will take on Western Illinois. Good luck to the Flyers as they try to advance in the postseason. Dayton men's basketball team in action tonight in Orlando as they will take on Monmouth. They were able to upset Notre Dame yesterday. Flyers and Hawkeyes in a good one late Thursday night. And another late one this evening, that tip around 9:30. I'm wondering where we are in Florida compared to where the Dayton men's team is, about 3 hours south, as we're in just outside of Fort Myers. Gulf Coast Showcase, and Dayton looking to advance into the winner's bracket for the second round. 10 seconds left. We'll see what Coach Barron drew up here. Koitzer shovel pass to Wood. Looking backdoor to Koitzer, off her foot. Ball goes out of bounds, 1.8. Last touched Sikovic. And so we'll have one more play in this one, and then we'll close the book and look ahead towards Saturday. Swan to throw it into Gustafson, and they do not get the shot off in time. Gustafson, a bounce pass across the lane to Koitzer. 58-37 our final. Dayton a winner by 21. And a really solid effort on the defensive end for Jim Jabers' group. We'll hope to talk with the coach when we return. Also get the final stats in this one as Dayton stays undefeated. They move to 4-0 on the young season. The Maine Black Bears fall to 3-3. And we roll into our postgame show. Flyers 58, Black Bears 37. This is the A10 Network.